A pleasure to greet you and welcome to a new video. Leukemia is known as the type of cancer that affects the white blood cells, destroying them and thus slowly ending the life of the dog. But it is not all bad news. Fortunately today there are many treatments to prevent canine leukemia from progressing and even slow down the symptoms of the disease. You want to know more? We explain it to you in detail. 1. How does leukemia affect your dog? Leukemia is a progressive disease of the bone marrow characterized by an abnormal proliferation and development of hematopoietic cells. They are the precursors of blood cells. When a dog has leukemia, his bone marrow produces a large number of defective white blood cells, also called leukocytes. These pass into the bloodstream but cannot perform their function well, which is to protect the dog's body. Due to this process with the white blood cells, the dog's defenses, that is to say his immune system, are highly affected, being the dog much more prone to acquire other possible diseases. 2. How do you know if a dog has leukemia? Symptoms. Leukemia will manifest itself through multiple general symptoms in our dog, as it is a disease that affects the entire organism. In order to diagnose it, it is necessary to do veterinary tests, but if you notice any of these symptoms, you should urgently consider performing these tests. The most obvious signs of acute leukemias. The dog is very fatigued, weak. He doesn't stop losing weight and has no appetite. He vomits and has unexplained bouts of diarrhea. Excessively pale mucous membranes, swollen lymph nodes. The heart rate seems to be racing, gasps, it is difficult to breathe. He urinates more often or much, he seems dehydrated. You have bleeding. Fever associated with infectious diseases. Joint pain. In some cases neurological signs, confusion, wobbly ambulation. Lameness. Usually a dog with leukemia will experience a general malaise and may also have an enlarged liver and spleen. Only a veterinarian will be able to carry out the tests to definitively confirm this diagnosis. Therefore, it is important that if you suspect that your dog's health is at risk, you take him to the vet soon. Chronic leukemias tend to have a much less aggressive course, pets in general with nonspecific signs, such as those mentioned above, for acute leukemia. But being a slower process, it gives specialists more time to guide a pharmacological guide. 3. Treatment to cure leukemia in dogs. Dogs with acute leukemia do not usually have a favorable prognosis in the short and medium term, as the disease progresses in a much faster and more aggressive way. If it is a type of chronic leukemia and it is detected early, the dogs will be able to live a few more years with adequate treatment that slows the progress of the disease. In more than 40% of the cases of dogs with chronic leukemias, it has been shown that they die of another cause other than leukemia, after several years of treatment. The therapeutic basis does not differ much in the case of chronic and acute leukemias. Normally the treatments for leukemia are based on chemotherapy sessions, the administration of transfusions to replace the blood cells, steroids, antibiotics depending on the specific clinical picture. The vet may also prescribe pain relievers to reduce aches and pains. Many times in acute leukemia treatments your pet is hospitalized, as it is associated with hydration support and correction of physiological parameters, so that your pet suffers the least amount of discomfort possible. What tests does a veterinarian do to diagnose leukemia? If, after conducting a review and consulting the dog's history, the vet suspects that it may be leukemia, he may want to perform a bone marrow biopsy. This is done by anesthetizing the dog, through a simple surgical process. Usually the sample is taken from the hip area and, once it is removed, it is sent to a laboratory for analysis. A cytological study will allow to see if it is cancer. Canine leukemia is not a very common disease in dogs, with large breed adult dogs presenting the highest percentage of cases. Currently, multidisciplinary teams are working in the investigation of the disease to obtain drugs that minimize the symptoms in both types of leukemia, but the truth is that to date leukemia, mainly acute, is life-threatening and difficult news to assimilate. Your furry friend will need you more than ever and you must support him to fight together against this terrible disease. I hope this video will be of great help. If you liked it, do not hesitate to subscribe and share it. Develops your dog's hidden intelligence to eliminate bad behavior and create the obedient, well-behaved pet of your dreams. Click here below. A greeting.